Coffee, the world's favorite multifunctional psychoactive biobean. For most, it's a single-use product. But to others, coffee waste is the perfect medium to grow rigorous edible mushroom species.
Nãm Mushrooms is a circular economy initiative and a mushroom urban farm in the center of Lisbon, where we upcycle coffee waste into delicious mushrooms and also fertilizer that then goes back to the city. The idea would be always to use local waste and not ending in the landfill. Try to reduce as much as possible transport, because that is one of the main CO2 emission industry. I never studied biology or agriculture. I studied business, and that's where the idea came from. I wasn't happy because it was only about increasing margin, decreasing cost. It wasn't to use business actually as a tool to try to change society in a better way.
What we do is we receive about 3 tons of coffee waste per month, and this gives about 1 ton of oyster mushrooms. Now we expanded our production, so we are able to get 12 tons of coffee waste and produce about 3 tons of oyster mushrooms. After we place all the coffee waste inside of the fridge, the guys just bring it into the pasteurization room. What we do is submit the substrate to high temperatures and low temperatures to eliminate any type of bacteria or fungus that can be on the coffee waste or in the straw.
My name is Ricardo. I'm a producer of mushrooms here in Nãm. Every morning we open the pasteurizer. We take the substrate from inside the pasteurizer, and usually it has straw, the coffee waste, water, mycelium. We put it inside some bags that you hang on the trolleys, and we just put them to incubate.
We incubate the bags inside of plastic bags. This is still a solution we are trying to get rid of. As we know, plastic is not very good for the environment, so we're trying to replace it for some other material. But this is something we are still investigating. This bag has already about 1 to 2 weeks, so it has a bit of colonization happening here. So when the bags, they just arrive here, they're totally brown or black, so the color of the coffee waste, until they become fully colonized, like this one, that is almost white. So this is about 3 weeks, and then we just bring him to Fortification Room. So we have about 3 kilos per bag of mushrooms to be harvested, and we have a temperature here of about 18 degrees. We have 90% humidity, as you can see here. So when the incubated bags come into the fortification room, they stay here for about 3 weeks, since spinning until harvesting. We just have to turn and pull, and it's ready to go. I met Natan 3 years ago, I think. He was still doing his trials at the basement, trying to grow the mushrooms out of the coffee waste. And he asked me to join him in this adventure. So this is how it started, basically, with no conditions, like no climatization. It was just like a basement where he was trying to prove his concept. When he was able to prove his concept, he came up with Delta because his professor from university was friends with the CEO of Delta, and said, like, I have this student. He has not the best grades, but he has a good idea. Can you just listen to him for a while?
We got an investment from the biggest local Portuguese coffee company called Delta Cafe. And the idea is that we collect their coffee waste as a return also to create that circular economy.
I think it's really good that we are promoting this culture here. We're not international yet, but for now it's just being at least the example here in Portugal of urban farming in one side, circular economy on the other, and of course promoting mushrooms in the city center. Here is where we explain our circular economy circuit. Just for you to have an idea, just in Lisbon we have about 10,000 tons of coffee waste being wasted per year. So Delta brings in the coffee waste to Nãm, and we do the subtract as we saw before, and in 6 weeks we can have oyster mushrooms, which later turn out into fertilizer, which will be put in the soil again. So we bring back to soil what we took out of it. So this is our main message here at Nãm, is that waste does not exist. In the end of our production, we end up with bags like this one. This means the mushrooms have already degraded the substrate, so we have leftovers of mycelium, straw, and coffee waste. We usually give it away to the municipality. They come and collect it every month to put in their vegetable gardens here in the cities.
Circular economy tries to mimic nature, so see it as a part of the cycle. And when you put it in part of the cycle, like everything that you waste, it needs to go somewhere. Honestly, I would love if every business and every enterprise or company would be worried as we are about how we treat our waste. Sometimes garbage can be something, as we found out, that you can put value on.
It's always a challenge when you start. Nãm only has 1 year of real operations, and that 1 year was during COVID. But we were really lucky because this year we managed to break even. So we're not profitable, but we're also not losing money. We just earn a really, really small amount of money. And I think there are a lot of businesses that, because they want to reduce costs, do not take care of their waste, or simply they don't see the opportunity of trying to see which other industries have waste that they could integrate in their process, and that way reduce the amount of waste, but also maybe even create savings for them. Most of the impact that we can have also has to go through small and medium companies. Not only big companies need to change, everybody needs to change. And the nice thing with those small companies is that they can change maybe faster, more easily at least, because you used to have in big companies a lot of resistance to change.
So this is our grow your own kit. People are supposed to use their own coffee waste to grow the mushrooms. Then you can harvest them, cook them, and the substrate that is inside, you can use it in your vegetable garden too, and restart the process. So this is reusable. The main idea is that you can use this box forever. You just need to clean it every time you do a new production. First step to do the kit is disinfect our hands and also the bucket with alcohol. And then we fill in with coffee waste. You can fill it until half. We mix mycelium, now we mix the coffee waste with the mycelium. You can mix it well. Now we add the rest with coffee waste. Good. That's enough. Now we close it. And it's done. After 6 weeks, the mushrooms will pop out from the holes. See, and we will just remove the tape when they are starting to, just come through the holes, and then we just spray with water for a week and they're out. This is the process. We leave it in a place with no direct sun and let the mycelium do the job.